I hear a very famous pop song playing now. The male singer has an incredibly beautiful, warm voice. Millions of happy people love this great hit song. But this beautiful, famous song ruined my entire life. It stole my real voice completely, totally, forever today. My name is Sarah and I am a janitor. Listen to my very sad, dark, painful secret story. Let me go back to a completely different time. I was 25 years old back right then. I had a very handsome older boyfriend named Zayne. Zayne Vance was 30 years old and very ambitious. We were a very poor, completely unknown musical couple. We did not have any expensive, shiny recording studios. We sang our songs on the cold, noisy streets. We performed in very small, dark, quiet tea rooms. We played music in many cheap, dirty local clubs. People gave us very small coins in a hat. Our daily life was incredibly hard and very tiring. But we had a massive, beautiful, bright shared dream. We wanted to become very famous, rich pop stars. Zayne had a very powerful, incredibly beautiful singing voice. He loved the bright stage and the loud clapping. I preferred to stay quietly in the dark background. I was a very shy, quiet young female musician. I loved writing beautiful, sad songs for my boyfriend. I worked incredibly hard every single long, tiring day. I cleaned dirty tables to earn small, cheap money. I bought a small, beautiful brown leather notebook once. I carried this leather notebook absolutely everywhere with me. It was my most valuable, precious, important, hidden treasure. I wrote many beautiful, sweet melodies in those pages. I poured my entire young soul into the paper. I wrote about our deep, pure, true, romantic love. Zayne sang my beautiful new songs every single night. The small local club crowds clapped very incredibly loudly. Zayne looked incredibly happy and very totally deeply proud. He held my small tired hands very incredibly tightly. He promised to make us very rich and famous. He said we would share a big beautiful stage. I trusted his sweet warm promises completely and blindly. I loved him with my entire whole pure heart. I gave him absolutely all my best, beautiful songs. I wanted to see his big, bright, happy smile. I did not care about my own personal fame. I only wanted my sweet boyfriend to completely succeed. But bright, shiny dreams can turn into dark nightmares. A greedy, selfish, hungry monster lived inside his heart. He wanted the bright, shiny gold fame all alone. He looked at my brown leather notebook very greedily. A massive, terrible, dark, painful betrayal was coming fast. Zayne watched me sleep one cold, dark night. I was incredibly tired from my hard job. My small leather notebook lay on the wooden table. He picked it up very quietly and secretly. He packed his old clothes in a small bag. He did not wake me up to say goodbye. He walked out of our small, dirty, cold room. He stole my beautiful notebook and my pure heart. He went to a very big, famous recording studio. He met a very rich, powerful music producer there. The rich producer read my beautiful, sad, sweet songs. Zayne lied to the powerful, rich, older man completely. He said he wrote all those beautiful, sweet melodies. The producer was incredibly amazed and very deeply impressed. He offered Zayne a massive, thick, heavy paper contract. Zayne signed the heavy contract very quickly and greedily. He sold my pure soul for dirty, shiny money. I woke up alone in the cold, dark morning. I looked for Zayne everywhere in our small room. I called his old phone many completely desperate times. He blocked my phone number completely and entirely today. I looked for my small brown leather notebook everywhere. It was completely gone from the old wooden table. The terrible dark truth hit my soft, sad heart. My sweet older boyfriend was a cruel, greedy thief. He stole my absolute best, beautiful, hard musical work. I cried incredibly massive, loud, painful, hot, wet tears. I felt totally, incredibly broken and very deeply lost. Weeks passed very slowly in my cold, lonely room. Then I heard his voice on the local radio. He sang my beautiful, sweet song very proudly today. The radio host called him a brilliant new star. The beautiful song reached #1 very incredibly fast. Millions of happy people bought his brand new record. Zayne became incredibly rich and very totally completely famous. He bought expensive shiny fast cars and big houses. He wore very expensive shiny bright white diamond watches. He smiled his fake happy smile for shiny cameras. He forgot his poor young girlfriend completely, entirely, forever. He stole my bright shiny future for his greed. I watched him on the small old dirty television. My beautiful sweet music made him a massive star. My chest hurt incredibly, very badly, and completely deeply. I trusted the absolute worst bad man on earth. My perfect romantic happy dream was completely, totally dead. I had absolutely nothing left in my cold hands. I did not have my sweet, beautiful leather notebook. I did not have my handsome, sweet older boyfriend. I only had a very deep, heavy, dark pain. My massive, epic, long, painful tragedy officially started today. I locked the thin wooden door of my room. I hid inside the dark, quiet, cold, small space. I cried incredibly massive, loud, hot, wet, painful tears. I cried every single long, dark, quiet, lonely night. I could not eat any warm, fresh, good food. I could not sleep in my cold, empty bed. The deep, heavy, dark pain crushed my thin chest. I screamed Zayne's name loudly in the dark room. I screamed until my tired throat hurt incredibly badly. I wanted to die right there on the floor. Many sad, quiet, lonely weeks passed very incredibly slowly. I felt completely, deeply tired and totally, entirely weak. I tried to sing a sad, quiet, beautiful song, but no beautiful, sweet, warm sound came out today. My voice sounded incredibly rough and very deeply broken. I went to a small, cheap, local medical clinic. A kind old smart doctor checked my sore throat. He looked incredibly serious and very deeply, entirely sad. He gave me completely terrible, dark, bad, heavy news. My thin vocal cords were incredibly, terribly, badly damaged. The doctor said I cried and screamed too much. The heavy, dark stress ruined my delicate vocal cords. He said I would never ever sing beautifully again. My pure, sweet, warm singing voice was completely dead. I lost my most precious, beautiful, natural given gift. I walked out of the cold, white medical clinic. The bright yellow sun shined very warmly on me, but I felt totally, incredibly cold and completely dead. Zayne stole my songs and ruined my beautiful voice. He took absolutely everything away from my young life. I needed to earn money for cheap, warm food. I could not sing on the noisy, cold streets. I found a job at a big recording studio. I became a simple, quiet, poor, lonely cleaning janitor. I wore a very ugly, heavy, dark blue uniform. I cleaned dirty floors every single long, tiring day. I washed many dirty coffee cups in cold water. I emptied heavy, dirty trash cans every quiet night. I saw many famous, rich, happy pop music stars. They wore expensive, shiny, bright, heavy clothes and diamonds. They did not look at the poor, quiet janitor. I hid my broken, sad face in the shadows. I heard beautiful loud music in the big rooms. The loud, happy sounds broke my cold, sad heart. I wanted to make beautiful, sweet, loud music again. But I was just a completely broken, silent girl. I scrubbed the studio floors with shaking, tired hands. I cleaned the shiny, expensive, heavy black music pianos. I touched the cold white keys very incredibly softly. I missed my beautiful stolen music very incredibly deeply. I worked very late one quiet, dark, cold night. The big, massive recording studio was completely, entirely empty. Everyone went home to their warm, soft, comfortable beds. I cleaned a large, bright, expensive, beautiful music room. I saw a thick, heavy white paper music sheet. The white paper sat on a large wooden desk. Someone tried to write a very complex, beautiful song. But the black music notes were incredibly very wrong. The melody was completely broken and very totally messy. I looked at the broken song very incredibly carefully. I took a small, sharp, thin black lead pencil. I erased the bad, wrong, ugly black music notes. I wrote new, beautiful, sweet, perfect notes right there. I fixed the complex, broken melody very incredibly quickly. I left the white paper on the wooden desk. A very famous old smart musician arrived next morning. His respected name was Arthur and he was brilliant. He saw the fixed white paper on his desk. He played the new sweet, beautiful melody very loudly. He was incredibly shocked and very deeply, totally amazed. The old man asked everyone in the big studio. Nobody knew who fixed the beautiful, complex, sweet song. Arthur stayed very late the next quiet, dark night. He hid secretly in the dark, quiet studio corner. I walked into the room with my cleaning tools. I looked at his desk and saw new paper. I took my thin black pencil to fix it. Arthur stepped out of the dark, quiet, secret shadows. He looked at my poor, ugly, dark blue uniform. He asked me about my secret, hidden musical talent. I told him my sad, dark, painful secret story. I told him about the cruel, greedy thief Zayne. Arthur felt incredibly sad and very deeply, entirely angry. He promised to help my broken, sad young life. He said I was a truly pure musical genius. He bought me a new thick blank music notebook. I wrote many beautiful, sweet, complex songs for him. Arthur sold my beautiful songs to other famous singers. We used a very secret, hidden, mysterious, fake name. We called the secret smart genius writer Echo today. Nobody knew Echo was a poor, quiet female janitor. They thought Echo was a massive, brilliant old master. My beautiful songs became incredibly famous and very popular. I earned a lot of clean, honest, good money. Arthur was my incredibly kind, sweet, wise old teacher. I felt incredibly happy and very completely, totally safe. The heavy, dark pain slowly left my cold heart. I started to smile a very bright, warm smile. My new secret musical life was incredibly, completely wonderful. I finally found a warm, safe, bright, beautiful home. Echo became a very famous secret musical legend. Famous pop singers begged for a new Echo song. They paid good bags of clean money. Arthur handled all the complex, difficult business meetings. I just wrote beautiful, sweet, sad melodies very quietly. I quit my hard, dirty, tiring, heavy janitor job. I did not buy a big, expensive, fancy house. I rented a small, warm, clean, comfortable city apartment. I bought a good used brown wooden piano. I played my beautiful piano every single day. I did not sing with my broken, rough voice. I let my fast, thin fingers sing the songs. Arthur visited my small, warm, quiet apartment every week. We drank hot, sweet brown tea and talked happily. He told me many funny old bright music stories. He was like a kind, sweet, loving old father. He protected me from the greedy, dirty music world. He kept my secret hidden name very incredibly safe. I loved my wise, kind, sweet old teacher deeply. We planned to release a massive, big new album. We wanted to make pure, totally beautiful instrumental music. My small, comfortable life was incredibly safe and quiet. I had enough clean money for warm, fresh food. I finally felt completely, deeply peaceful and happy. But my happy, safe world broke completely again. I waited for Arthur one bright, warm, sunny morning. He did not come to my small, quiet apartment. I called his old black phone many desperate times. A strange, cold, serious voice answered his old phone. It was a serious local city hospital medical doctor. He gave me incredibly terrible, dark, sad, heavy news. Arthur had a massive, sudden, deadly, bad heart attack. My kind, sweet, wise old teacher died last night. The cold, dark, heavy news crushed my chest totally. I dropped my heavy phone on the wooden floor. I fell down on my weak, shaking, cold knees. I cried massive, hot, wet, painful, very sad tears. I lost my only true, pure, safe best friend. I lost my strong, brave, smart, massive, protective shield. I was completely, entirely alone in the massive world. Arthur took my big secret to his dark grave. Nobody knew I was the brilliant, famous secret Echo. All the rich, famous singers lost contact with Echo. The massive, big music industry thought Echo disappeared completely. I felt incredibly deeply lost and very totally terrified. I did not know any rich, famous music producers. I did not know how to sell my songs. The dark, heavy, scary shadows returned to my life. Zayne was still a massive, rich, famous pop star. I was a silent, broken girl in the dark. My bright, shiny, happy future was completely, totally gone. I had to face the cruel, scary world alone. I wiped my sad, hot, wet tears away slowly. I must find a new, brave, smart, strong way. My dark, painful journey is absolutely not over yet. I stayed in my small, quiet apartment for weeks. I missed Arthur very incredibly deeply every single day. The dark, heavy sadness crushed my tired chest completely. But I could not cry and surrender right now. I needed to be a very strong, brave woman. I had a lot of saved, clean, honest money. I went to a big, bright, busy electronics store. I bought a very fast, new, smart, expensive computer. I bought expensive, shiny, heavy, professional, modern music software. I bought a big, professional, black, heavy studio microphone. I carried everything back to my warm, small apartment. I decided to learn a completely new, complex skill. I sat at my new, bright, wide computer screen. I watched many smart free video lessons every day. I read many thick, heavy books about music production. I learned how to mix different loud, soft sounds. I learned how to produce complex, fast digital music. It was incredibly difficult and very entirely confusing today. My tired head hurt incredibly very badly sometimes then. But I worked very hard every single dark night. I played my beautiful brown wooden old piano softly. I recorded the pure, sweet, sad, slow acoustic sounds. I added very cool, modern, fast, loud electronic beats. I mixed the old and new sounds perfectly together. The final result was completely, totally, incredibly absolute magic. The new music sounded incredibly fresh and very unique. It was a completely new, beautiful, modern music style. It was a perfect mix of sad and happy. I created a new secret hidden social media account. I used my famous secret hidden mysterious name Echo. I did not want any rich, famous, greedy producers. I wanted to share my music completely directly today. I uploaded my new beautiful songs completely safely anonymously. I did not show my sad, broken, pale face. I did not use my damaged, rough, ugly voice. I only shared my pure, beautiful, sad, sweet melodies. I posted the first song on a quiet night. I felt incredibly nervous and very deeply, totally scared. Would people like my strange new digital electronic music? I waited quietly in my small, warm, dark room. I drank hot, sweet brown tea to stay awake. I watched the bright computer screen very incredibly carefully. One person clicked on my beautiful new sweet song. Then 10 people clicked on the sweet, sad melody. Then 100 people played my new unique music. The numbers grew incredibly fast and very completely wildly. People left very kind, sweet, long, beautiful, happy comments. They said the music healed their sad, broken hearts. My new digital music journey officially started right today. The brilliant, famous Echo was finally completely alive again. My new beautiful song spread incredibly very fast today. The digital music traveled across the massive wide world. People shared my unique songs with their good friends. Young people danced to my fast modern electronic beats. Old people cried to my sad, sweet piano melodies. My secret channel gained millions of happy followers quickly. I became a massive, huge internet global musical phenomenon. Big famous newspapers wrote many long articles about Echo. Everyone asked the exact same big, mysterious, exciting question. Who is the brilliant, genius, secret musician named Echo? Some people thought Echo was a smart young boy. Some people thought Echo was a famous old band. Nobody knew the absolute, pure, real, true, hidden truth. Nobody knew Echo was a poor, quiet young woman. I kept my true identity incredibly, completely, totally secret. I did not do any loud public video interviews. I did not post any personal, bright, clear photos. I let my beautiful, pure music speak for me. My loyal followers were incredibly, totally kind and sweet. They called my beautiful music a pure, sweet miracle. They sent me many long, sweet digital letters daily. They shared their own personal, sad, painful, dark stories. My music helped them survive incredibly hard, difficult times. I felt a massive, deep, pure connection with them. I was healing their broken hearts with my notes. My beautiful music also healed my own deep pain. I wrote a new beautiful song every single week. I earned a massive, huge amount of clean money. I donated some good money to poor local orphanages. I bought more expensive, shiny, smart, professional music equipment. My small, warm apartment became a perfect music studio. I felt incredibly successful and very deeply, totally proud. I built a massive, rich, beautiful empire completely alone. I was the absolute powerful queen of my world. But massive success always attracts very dark, greedy shadows. The greedy pop music industry watched my massive success. Rich producers wanted to buy my famous secret name. They offered me heavy, big bags of dirty money. I ignored all their greedy, long, polite business emails. I wanted to stay completely pure and entirely independent. I thought I was completely, absolutely safe forever today. I thought my dark, ugly past was completely dead. But a massive, terrible, dark, heavy storm was coming. The absolute worst monster from my past found me. My quiet, peaceful, happy life was in massive danger. Zayne Vance was a very famous rich pop star. But his bright, shiny career was falling very fast. He used all the beautiful songs from my notebook. He could not write any good new hit songs. His new music sounded incredibly boring and very ugly. His angry loyal fans left him incredibly quickly. His rich, greedy producers were completely angry. Zayne was incredibly desperate and very deeply totally scared. He needed a massive new beautiful hit song immediately. He listened to the loud radio one dark night. He heard a very beautiful new popular instrumental song. It was my massive famous secret hit Echo song. Zayne listened to the complex sweet sad melody carefully. He heard my very special secret unique chord changes. He recognized my pure beautiful musical style very immediately. He knew the famous secret echo was actually me. He hired a very expensive, smart, quiet private detective. The smart detective found my small, warm, quiet apartment. Zayne waited outside my small building one dark night. I walked home from a local fresh food market. He stepped out of the dark, cold, quiet shadows. He wore a very expensive dark black shiny suit. My tired heart completely stopped beating for a brief second. The cruel, greedy monster smiled a very fake smile. I felt incredibly completely terrified and very deeply sick. He pushed me inside my small quiet apartment quickly. He locked the heavy wooden door behind his back. He looked at my expensive shiny smart music equipment. He laughed a very loud cold cruel bitter laugh. He said he knew my massive brilliant secret identity. He said my new digital music was incredibly good. He demanded a massive, huge, dangerous, cruel favor today. He told me to write new hit songs quickly. He wanted to steal my beautiful, pure music again. I shook my head and said absolutely, completely no. Zayne looked incredibly angry and very deeply, completely evil. He stepped incredibly close to my pale, scared face. He made a massive, terrible, dark, cruel, heavy threat. He said he would tell the world my secret. He would say I stole his old hit songs. He had many rich, expensive, powerful, dirty, smart lawyers. He could destroy my famous secret echo name completely. He could send me to a dark, cold, scary prison. He told me to be a smart, good girl. He told me to write a massive hit song. I looked at his cold, greedy, dark, evil eyes. I had absolutely, completely no other safe, good choice. I slowly nodded my scared, tired, shaking head today. Zayne smiled his ugly, fake, bright, arrogant, happy smile. He told me to finish the song by tomorrow. Zayne left my small, warm apartment incredibly quickly. I locked the heavy wooden door with shaking hands. I sat on my soft, warm, comfortable, small bed. I did not cry any hot, sad, wet tears. A massive, bright, hot, angry fire burned inside me. I was not a weak, scared, small girl anymore. I was a very strong, smart, brave, rich woman. I decided to play a very dangerous, smart game. I will give the greedy monster a massive masterpiece. I will destroy his fake, shiny career completely forever. I sat at my bright new smart computer screen. I worked incredibly hard for the entire long night. I wrote the most beautiful pop song ever made. The sweet melody was incredibly catchy and very emotional. It was a guaranteed massive global #1 hit. But I hid a massive dark secret inside it. I recorded my rough, damaged, ugly, broken voice quietly. I spoke a very clear, loud, dark, angry message. I said Zayne Vance is a cruel, dirty thief. I hid this angry message deep inside the music. I used very complex, smart digital sound frequencies today. Nobody could hear the hidden words with normal ears. The angry message was completely, totally buried under drums. I sent the final music file to Cruel Zayne. He listened to the new beautiful song very quickly. He called my phone and sounded incredibly, totally happy. He said the new song was absolute pure magic. He thought he won the dangerous dark game completely. He planned a massive, huge, expensive, loud press conference. He wanted the whole world to hear his comeback. He spent millions of dirty dollars on the event. He invited all the famous, rich, big music reporters. He set up a massive global live video stream. Millions of eager fans waited to hear his song. Zayne wore a very expensive, shiny, bright white suit. He stood on a massive, bright, beautiful, big stage. He smiled his fake, arrogant, happy smile very proudly. He told the reporters he wrote a new masterpiece. He lied completely smoothly to the entire wide world. He told the sound engineer to play the song. The beautiful, sweet melody filled the massive, bright room. The music reporters nodded their heads very incredibly happily. The loyal fans cheered incredibly loudly in the crowd. Zayne looked like a true massive proud pop king. But his shiny golden throne was incredibly terribly fake. I watched the global live stream on my computer. I smiled a very cold, dark, quiet, proud smile. My massive, brilliant, epic revenge plan was finally ready. The greedy monster was standing on the highest mountain. His massive, painful, dark fall will happen very soon. Zayne stood on the bright, massive, wide public stage. He held a shiny, heavy, expensive gold microphone proudly. He smiled his arrogant, fake, happy smile very widely. Millions of loyal fans watched the global live stream. The big press conference was incredibly loud and busy. The sound engineer played the new beautiful hit song. The sweet, sad melody filled the massive, bright room. Zayne closed his dark eyes and listened very happily. He looked like a true massive, proud pop king. He thought he won the dangerous dark game completely. I sat in my small, quiet, warm apartment alone. I watched his happy face on my computer screen. I opened my secret famous Echo social media account. I started my own massive global live video stream. Millions of my loyal fans joined my stream quickly. I wore a dark black mask over my face. I did not show my sad, rough, broken voice. I typed a very clear short message on screen. I told my fans to listen incredibly very carefully. I opened the complex original digital music project file. I showed the exact real true hidden creation date. I proved I wrote the beautiful sweet song first. Then I played the exact same beautiful sweet melody. I muted the loud, heavy, strong digital drum sounds. I isolated the deep, hidden, secret digital sound frequencies. A very clear, rough, dark voice filled the room. It was my damaged, broken, ugly, rough singing voice. My voice spoke a very loud, clear, angry message. I said Zayne Vance is a cruel, dirty thief. The hidden message played on my global live stream. The music reporters at the conference checked their phones. They saw my massive viral Echo live video stream. They heard my clear, dark, angry, hidden voice message. They looked at Zayne with incredibly deep, total shock. The loud, happy cheering stopped incredibly, very completely fast. Zayne looked incredibly confused and very deeply, totally terrified. His arrogant fake smile disappeared completely entirely right then. He realized his dark massive secret was totally public. He dropped the shiny expensive gold microphone very quickly. He ran off the massive bright stage incredibly fast. His bright shiny pop career died completely right there. The whole world knew his massive dirty dark lie. His loyal fans hated his cruel, greedy, dark actions. His rich, powerful producers dropped his shiny, heavy contract. He lost his expensive cars and massive, beautiful mansions. I took off my dark black mask very slowly. I showed my beautiful pale face to the world. I smiled a very warm, pure, bright, happy smile. I opened a massive, new, beautiful, clean music company. My beautiful, new, sweet, happy life officially starts today.